Today's the last class of the April series. And May, we have a lot of new fun things for you. We're going to be doing a sound meditation and a tea tasting meditation. You'll get all that info by email. And we're also going to continue to do these meditations and the desk and chair classes. We're just giving you a little more variety so that you understand that meditation isn't just closing your eyes and doing nothing. It can happen using all of your senses, tasting tea, making tea, listening to sounds, gong meditation. So I hope you like that. Sound meditation is great. Thanks, Joel. I love it. It's so nice. There's recordings, but it's so nice to hear it live. And one of our teachers, Jay, does the gong and crystal singing bowls. Okay, so that's May. But for now, we're going to start with our meditation for today. It's going to be 20 minutes as usual. I hope you guys are enjoying these weekly sessions. Meditation's great if you do it once, but it's even better if you do it more regularly. So that's why we want these classes to stick around on these Thursdays. So you can do it at least once a week and hopefully check back in once a day, maybe do the recordings or just practice what you learn on your own. So the theme of the month of April was posture. How to sit with good posture, how to tone your muscles through desk and chair yoga classes for good posture, and how to breathe and sit better to meditate with good posture. So today we're going to be visualizing the spine, and I want you to really understand that the spine isn't just a stick in the middle of your body. It's not vertical. It's an S curve. There's actually two S curves. So the S curve on your neck goes in a little bit. That's called lordosis, and that's good. You don't want to have a straight neck. You want to have a neck that moves. It's called lordosis. And then your upper back kind of hunches out, and that's called kyphosis. And that's a good thing too. We don't want it to be overly kyphotic. We don't want to be hunchbacks, but we do want that slight curve there where the ribs come in. And then your low back is also lordotic. It goes in. So if you can even just before we close our eyes to sit, even just kind of touch your neck, see that it goes in a little bit. The low back goes in a little bit. It's not tucked under, okay? I know it's not the best visual, but that's what I have. So while you get your good seat here, feet flat on the floor, check in with the curves of your spine. Can you feel that lordosis in the neck and in the low back? You want to encourage those curves. You don't want to sit so straight that you're really rigid. You want those curves to be there. Can you feel the kyphosis in your upper back where the ribs are kind of bulges out a little bit? Okay, so find your comfortable seat. Again, feet flat on the floor if you can. Adjust your chair if you need to. Shrug your shoulders up. Give yourself a nice squeeze. Take an inhale. And exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. Do that 2 more times. So squeeze up, inhale. Exhale, roll them down and back. Just do it 1 more time for good measure. Squeeze up. Roll them down and back. That shoulder roll helps you to start with good posture, kind of resets your posture. If you find yourself slouching throughout the day, that's a good way to reset, okay? Close your eyes and just start to notice your breath. As a reminder, I like to start all my meditations very similarly. A little movement if you need to, and then get comfortable and notice your breath. It's a good way to tune out what else is going on around you. Perhaps you're meditating in an office with people around you, or maybe you're at home and working from home and your dog's nearby. So there are distractions in life, in the workplace, in the world, and we want to acknowledge those, but we also want to start to let them fade away a little bit. And to help us fade those external sounds away, we start to listen to the breath and pay attention to the breath. As you inhale, sit a little bit taller. As you exhale, relax your shoulders a little bit more. And just do a couple more rounds of breath at your own pace. You can breathe through your nose or your mouth right now. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure the breath is full and slow and steady. Inhale, you kind of feel the spine growing longer. Exhale, you feel the body relax a little bit. Really try to feel those, because as we move through this spine visualization, we're going to get even deeper into that visualization. Every time you inhale, the spine feels like it's elongating. Every time you exhale, the muscles around the spine relax. I'm going to give you 2 or 3 more breaths to practice that on your own. Okay, keep breathing deeply and just start to pay attention to what's going on in your mind today. I like to take stock of just how I feel today. Every day is different, every minute is different. So right now, just check in with yourself. What are your stress levels? What's your mood? Just generally, how do you feel? And through meditation, we learn to judge ourselves less and just observe more. If you feel bad today, that's okay. If you feel great today, that's okay too. So at the start of this meditation, check in. How are you doing? With zero judgment. Whatever comes up, comes up. Keep breathing slowly, keep sitting well. And just like we let our external sounds fade away, try to let any of this internal chatter just start to fade away. I like to imagine my thoughts are little clouds and they're just starting to spread out and dissipate into the air. Just letting the thoughts settle and slow down. You'll start to scan through your body and check in with how your body feels today. When you meditate, you want to be somewhat still, if it's not a moving meditation, but you don't want to feel so rigid either. So as I call out these body parts, remind yourself to relax them. If you need to adjust anything, go ahead. And then find relative stillness again once you're comfortable. So start with the very top of your head. Feel really light and lifted from the top of your head. And just start to scan down through your skull and your forehead and remind yourself to relax in these areas. So the brow relaxes, the cheeks and the eyes relax, the jaw relaxes, the ears, and start to scan down through the neck. We're going to come back to the spine, but for now, just relax the muscles around your neck. Feel a little less tension. Relax into the upper back and the shoulders. Relax down through the chest, the ribs. And slowly keep going down through your torso, relaxing through your belly, your low back, and your hips. Relax your limbs, your arms, your legs, your hands, and your feet. If you'd like, you can even spread out your fingers and relax them. Spread out your toes and relax them. Whenever you find yourself slouching or doing something funky with your posture, just come back to how we're sitting right now. Remind yourself to sit upright. Remind yourself that it feels good to sit this way. Feel open through the chest. You can breathe easily. Your spine is aligned nicely. And for this first part of the visualization, I want you to just really imagine your spine within your body. How is it sitting today? Start to visualize those curves that I talked about, the little lordosis in the cervical spine, the neck area, a little kyphosis in the mid-back, the thoracic spine, and a little more lordosis in the low back, the lumbar spine. And below your lumbar spine, there's your sacrum. It's a triangle-shaped bone, and that curves in again. So there's a couple different undulations here. I want you to just take a moment, even if you don't know your perfect anatomy, that's okay. Just visualize these gentle curves in your spine. Keep sitting tall, keep breathing slowly. As you continue to visualize your vertebrae, your spine stacked nicely in these curves, keep breathing slowly and notice what changes as you breathe. When you breathe in, your lungs fill with air, the ribs expand. How does that affect your spine? When you breathe out, everything relaxes. How does that affect your spine? So really take these next 5 to 10 breaths just to pay attention to those subtle changes that happen when you breathe. Try to make each breath a little bit slower, a little bit deeper than the last. Try to find something new in each breath. Can you feel the breath in the ribs? Can you feel the breath in the belly? Can you feel the breath in the sacrum, way down at the base of the pelvis? Keep breathing fully, keep visualizing the spine, and continue to, every time you breathe in, you feel full, kind of outward, but you also feel lifted. Like your head is a helium balloon, slowly lifting you a little higher to the ceiling. So that's going to maintain throughout the practice. Slow, deep breathing, visualizing the spine, noticing the little movements. We're going to move on from there and start to, within your body, imagine that your spine is becoming illuminated. You can pick your color today. I like to picture like an amber, just a soft glow, like really warm, healing sunlight. But if you like a different color, you can just visualize your spine illuminated by a soft, warm, healing light. Everything else in the body stays the same. It's just like we're highlighting one area of the body. And I want you to practice that. Visualizations can be hard. You just want to visualize the structure of the spine and then visualize adding a little color to it. So keep breathing and imagine your spine is just slowly glowing from the inside out. And pay attention to this color, this light, as you breathe. Does it intensify in any certain areas? Does it fade away and then come back in? There's no right answers. Just play with this visualization of this soft, warm, healing light coming from within your spine and radiating all the way up and all the way down. Remind yourself to sit tall. All the principles we talked about before, lifting through the head, relaxing through the body as you exhale, that all maintains, and you're just illuminating the spine, holding on to this visualization as long as you can. When you notice it fade away, that's okay. Come right back into it. Maybe this is where you want to stop today. Just keep this visualization going. But if you want to play with it a little bit more, if you're like, okay, I get the hang of this, you can start to imagine as you breathe in, the light intensifies as you breathe in up the spine. And as you breathe out, the light kind of goes back down and rests back in the pelvis. So as you breathe in, the light intensifies up the S curve of the spine until it comes to the throat. And then you breathe out and you imagine the light not disappearing completely, but just less intense as you move down. It's like you're highlighting the spine as you come up and then slowly letting it recede as you come down. I'll let you take several breaths on your own, playing with this idea of this warm, healing light illuminating the spine. Inhale, the energy moves up, the light moves up. Exhale, the light moves down, and you relax. But keep going. Like we started, we're living in the world. There are distractions. Thoughts in your head can be distractions, noises, people around you can be distractions. It's okay if they're there. You're now using this visualization to help you just let all that stuff fade away. When you notice your mind wandering, come back in, recenter, and begin the visualization again. As you inhale, this light moves up the curves of your spine. And as you exhale, the light slowly moves back down towards the base of the spine. As we visualize this light, we're bringing energy and attention to all the different areas of the spine. And just notice as you continue to scan the spine, where do you feel any strain or pain or blockage even? Maybe you have chronic low back pain, or maybe you have like a tight knot in your upper back. Notice if this meditation is affected by that. And there's no right or wrong answer. You want to imagine the light kind of bathing the whole spine with energy, with kind of healing properties, if you will. So we'll continue that for just a few more breaths. Slow the breath down, make it feel good. And then for the remaining couple minutes of the meditation, if you can, I want you to imagine the light not just radiating the spine, but starting to move out into your whole body. So we know that the spine houses, our central nervous system. And from there, the nerves spread out through each hole in the vertebrae, through each little opening, nerves come out. So you want you to imagine this light bathing not just the spine, but starting to seep out into your whole body until eventually you feel this warm light bathing your whole body. Notice how you feel. Imagine that this is a warm, soft, healing light. It's kind of revitalizing your cells. It's energizing for you, but it's also soothing and relaxing. So just sit here, bathed in this light for just a few more moments and notice how you feel. Keep breathing slowly, keep sitting well. Keep the muscles of the face relaxed, keep the shoulders and the hips relaxed. I want you to take your last 3 to 5 breaths here, bathed in this light, just the deepest, slowest breaths of the day. Like you're drinking in all this goodness as you breathe in. You're letting go of anything that you don't need as you breathe out. I'm going to slowly start to close out our meditation by gathering this light that we're imagining in all areas of our body, kind of bring it back into the spine. Visualize your spine once more. Let that settle in. And then slowly imagine the light just all condensing kind of towards the heart center, the center of your chest, the center of the rib cage. So right now, the only light you see is kind of emanating from your heart center, the center of your chest. It's warm, it's healing, it's soothing. I want you to imagine that this ball of light continues to get smaller and smaller and smaller until it's just a very tiny speck. And you'll just let that little speck rest, the center of your chest in your heart, knowing that that light is always there, that you can draw from it. You can do this visualization whenever you need to remind yourself to sit upright, to remind yourself to just invite healing properties into the body. Slowly slow down the breath. And we're going to end with a big breath all together, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Should feel nice and good, like a big sigh of relief. Start with an exhale. Take a big inhale through your nose. Open wide. Come out of your meditation slowly. Create a little movement in your hands, your feet, your head. Whenever you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Come out real slow. So visualizations are great when you're in them. Could feel good. Kind of feel like you had a little nap. Feel like revitalizing. But they're also good to set this good posture in. So you really feel it in your body. It's like basketball players will sit and visualize themselves making baskets. We're going to sit and visualize ourselves sitting with good posture so that when the time comes for us to stop slouching, our body just knows how to do it. We've set the spine right. So those movements that we do, the desk and chair yoga that you were doing with Katie this month, every time I teach you to sit with good posture, this is all reinforcing the same properties that you want to have good posture, because we all want to have good posture, but sometimes we forget or we revert to old habits. Like if you've sat like this at your computer for 10 years, this is what your body's going to think is normal. So we're just kind of reversing that. So that's the goal with the visualization. It feels good while you're in it, but it also can help you through the day. Your spine kind of remembers what we did. And it's just kind of nice and fun. So let me know if you have any questions. I'll stick around for another minute or two. And then you'll get some emails about our May meditation.